Well, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us right here on K24 Evening Edition. We begin by having a look at what is shaping news tonight.
This is a censure motion which I have filed today with the office of the Speaker of the Senate against the holder of the office of Deputy President.
Censure motion tabled by Tana River Senator Danson Mungatana expressing displeasure and disappointment with the conduct of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua as his impeachment gains momentum.
My Lord, the court has noticed that there is
Kenya Airports Authority on the spot of ignoring other proposals while awarding a contract to Adani as the probe on the JKA deal continues.
Ikiwa na wengine ambao hawamo kotini, mlihusika katika njama la utekaji nyara wa mtu mmoja.
And 4 suspects working for Mombasa County linked with abduction and sodomizing a Mombasa-based blogger arraigned at the Shanzu Law Courts.
To see a baby kick his legs, for us, it hadn't happened with Ruby. And if it happened when she was born, at the time we didn't notice.
Plus, on Health Beat tonight, we shed the light on baby Jamari Kiama battling spinal muscular atrophy, an inherited neuromuscular disease that has to be treated before he gets to 2 years of age. Well, K24 Evening Edition begins right now. I'm Alan Obino. Our sign language interpreter for this session is Walter Asere. Now, a censure motion has been tabled in the Senate by Tana River Senator Danson Mungatana to express displeasure and disappointment with the conduct of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. According to Mungatana, President William Ruto is not behind the motion, opining that the office should be scrapped off completely. As Joel Chachanow reports, calls for Gachagua's resignation are now rife as the safest option for Gachagua to survive in the murky political space since, if impeached, he would not be able to be fit to vie for any political seat.
President Rigathi Gachagua is now a man in trouble following impeachment threats being made good with a censure motion tabled in the Senate ahead of the much anticipated impeachment motion.
So this is a censure motion which I have filed today with the office of the Speaker of the Senate. They will process it. Once we get approval, we shall table it before the House, give notice of the motion, and debate the censure motion against the holder of the office of Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya.
The Tana River Senator Danson Mungatana is refuting assertions that President William Ruto has a hand in the motion that will parade Gachagua as a national shame.
Hakuna impeachment motion ambayo itaenda kwa bunge kama party leader wetu hajaweka mkono.
From a practical point of view, I am the head of delegation of Pan-African Parliament in Kenya. This is the African Parliament. And we have just come yesterday from a session in Johannesburg. So I have had no opportunity at all to meet or discuss with His Excellency the President. And I'm also given to know that he's outside the country.
Gachagua is accused of being centered only in his region at the expense of national unity and further propagating policies that are punitive for other regions.
Our Deputy President talks like he belongs to a certain region in Kenya to the exclusion of the people of Tana River and other regions.
To this end, Mungatana is now proposing an amendment of the Constitution to scrap off the office of the Deputy President to avert such future.
What if we say, in the next constitutional dispensation, we do away with this position which is causing us manenos, and then we say, what if, in the event of incapacity of the President, that the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, who is a political, he does not have any political, he's not from a political party or anything, holds that office and prepares for the general election.
This comes even as it remains a wait-and-see scenario in which Member of Parliament will table the impeachment motion seeking the removal of Gachagua from office as the second in command, with fresh calls for him to resign now emerging.
If the deputy president is wise and he is genuine and he believes that he has the mountain with him, solidly behind him, then I speak to him, Mr. Deputy President, please resign and face President William Ruto in 2027.
Joel Chacha, K24 TV, Nairobi.
Well, moving on to other stories, Court Secretary General Francis Atwoli is now calling for an evaluation of the deputy president position and wants the country to move back to the presidential appointees as deputy president. The current constitution does not provide the leeway for the president to fire the deputy unless through an impeachment process. Martin Opio looks at what the 2010 constitution entails in any bid to remove a deputy president from office, even as the debate on kicking out the DP Rigathi Gachagua gains momentum.
The siege against Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua appears to be gaining momentum. Akin to his predecessor William Ruto during the Jubilee administration, Gachagua is facing the heat from all sides. The latest to join the fray is the man at the helm of the Workers' Union, Court Secretary General Francis Atwoli, who believes that Gachagua is biting more than he can chew.
President William Samoei Ruto is out of the country and is on top of his car. Now he's the real president, misleading people, misguiding the nation. He must be arrested. Yeah. If it were a Kanu government, me I'm Kanu, we would have arrested him in the morning. And taken him to where at one time I was taken to.
Atwoli wants a re-evaluation of the position as he proposes that an appointed deputy president will not take the country through a circus.
The position of deputy president must remain of appointment, being appointed by the president. And there will be no all these circus you hear. Deputy president should be an appointee of the president, not a running mate. Because when he becomes a running mate, he feels he's also a president.
He feels that a DP should not be vocal.
You can't be contradicting government policies, contradicting your own president, contradicting everything. A deputy president is supposed to play fool. He's supposed to be just, not even to be heard, unless he has been told you will be heard now. Because one country cannot have two presidents at the same time.
The debate comes amidst calls for impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Under the 2010 Constitution, a DP can only be fired or removed from office through an impeachment motion tabled in the National Assembly on the grounds of physical or mental incapacity to perform the functions of the office or impeachment. The DP can only be impeached on grounds of a violation of a provision of the Constitution or any other law, where there are serious reasons to believe that the deputy president has committed a crime under national or international law or for gross misconduct. Any member of the National Assembly supported by at least a third of the members may move a motion for impeachment of the Deputy President, according to Article 145 of the Removal of Office of the President or Deputy President. If the motion is supported by at least two-thirds of all the members of the National Assembly, the Speaker shall inform the Speaker of the Senate of the resolution within 2 days, and the Deputy President shall continue to perform the functions of the office pending the outcome of the proceedings. Within 7 days after receiving notice of a resolution from the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Speaker of the Senate shall convene a meeting of the Senate to hear the charges against the Deputy President. The Senate, by resolution, may appoint a special committee comprising of 11 of its members to investigate the matter. A special committee is appointed to investigate the matter and report to the Senate within 10 days on whether it finds the particulars of the allegation against the Deputy President to have been substantiated.
I wish you had produced this one.
If the special committee reports that particulars of any allegation against the Deputy President have not been substantiated, further proceedings shall not be undertaken. in respect of that allegation. If substantiated, the Senate shall, after according the Deputy President an opportunity to be heard, vote on the impeachment charges. If at least 2/3 of the members of the Senate vote to uphold any impeachment charge, the Deputy President shall cease to hold office. For now, calls for the political class to quell the political temperatures are rife.
Tunauliza rais na deputy wake waite wanasiasa wetu na wawaambie wakome siasa ambazo zinaweza gawanyisha watu wetu na siasa ambazo zinaweza hujumu mipango yetu kama chama na kama serikali, especially hapa Nairobi.
Martin Opio, K24 TV, Nairobi.
Police today dispersed striking university lecturers who were protesting in Nairobi using tear gas. The lecturers are among others complaining non-implementation of the 2017 to 2021 CBA. They have also denied claims by Education Cabinet Secretary that they have agreed on returning to work, saying that they cannot sign an agreement that discriminates some of them. Mariam Jahid reports.
By lecturers from public universities has entered. And this week, tensions have escalated. The lecturers carrying placards and singing songs of protest held a peaceful march through the streets of Nairobi, hoping to voice their concerns to various government institutions. This was not just a standard protest. With cheers and laughter, they danced and sang, showing that hope still lingers. But their peaceful demonstration was suddenly interrupted by the sound of police whistles, and a cat-and-mouse chase began. Police, both in uniform and plain clothes, swarmed the streets using tear gas to disperse the crowd. It wasn't only the protesters who suffered. Journalists covering the event were also caught in the mayhem. Still holding their placards high, some lecturers were arrested and detained by the police. But this didn't deter them, with the Secretary General of the University Academic Staff Union, UASU, Constantine Wesonga, strongly condemning the police for failing to protect peaceful protesters.
It is not for us to go and request the policemen for permission. Our duty is to notify them, and they are supposed to provide us with security. And this is a confirmation that we notified them on 19th September 2024.
The lecturers are protesting the government's failure to honor the 2017-2021 collective bargaining agreement, demanding unpaid allowances and comprehensive health insurance.
IPCCF does not want us to give us automatic annual increment. Yes. And that is why we have differed. The next thing, our medical schemes have since collapsed in all public universities. We want the government to come up with one uniform, non-contributory, comprehensive medical care.
In addition, they are calling for guaranteed pensions upon retirement.
The government owes university staff pension component for 2010-2012 CBA, 2013-2017 CBA, amounting to 3.56 billion.
The lecturers, who are furious, have denied claims made by the Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba that they have agreed to return to work.
To the CS, Minister of Education, my senior Ogamba, CBAs are not negotiated through letters.
Despite an order from the Employment and Labor Relations Court instructing them to suspend the go-slow until their case is heard, the lecturers have vowed to continue striking until their demands are fully met.
All dons throughout the country, listen to the voice of the union. Can you stop? Join the strike. I want you to intensify this strike. I want you to escalate the strike, and I want you to upscale the strike.
A week ago, Judge Jacob Gakeri stressed the need for further negotiations to avoid disruptions in the higher education sector, with the ruling expected on October 2nd. Mariam Jahid, K24, Nairobi.
Elsewhere, the Kenyatta International Convention Center and Kenya Airways have unveiled a strategic partnership to enhance the marketing and promotion of Kenya as a premier global destination for meetings, incentives and conferences. KQ CEO Alan Kilavuka expressed his enthusiasm for partnership, noting that it aligns with the airline's mission of driving Africa's prosperity. The partnership comes at a time when Kenya is making significant strides in the global MICE arena. Transport PS Mohamed Degar too reiterated the government's continued support for the national carrier, underscoring the pivotal factor it played in both local and global markets.
The launch of this hub aligns perfectly with our long-term strategy to diversify our services and expand our influence within the niche markets. As part of this vision, we are committed to continuously innovate and adapt to the needs of our customers while providing the highest standards of safety, convenience, and reliability. In other countries, government officials are required, either by law or by policy, to travel with a national carrier. Here we are more democratic, and so sometimes there are some spills. We want to make sure that everything is in the basket, and we have no apologies to make because that's the way it ought to be. Government officials need to support their national carrier, and that is why we are making it more convenient and easier for government to travel with us. If government was to travel with us, you would see a huge difference in the volume of passengers that we come. If government was traveling with us exclusively, you would see a huge volume. So as we continue to grow Asante Executive Hub into phase 2 and phase 3, like we said, we will not only provide services for them using our airline, we will also give them options in the event that we are not able to get to those destinations, either through our coach.
Well, we would like to take a break right here on K24 Evening Edition, but also remember later on this live broadcast tonight, we'll be having the discussion centered on DP Gashagua's censor motion that was filed today by Tana River Senator, that is Damson Mugatana. Stick around for that and much more.
StarTimes Sports all month long. Buy a StarTimes decoder at our business halls or dealership countrywide to experience passion.